Right, what's up everybody? Okay, let me just be a little ghetto and grab a little piece of this. I gotta remake this and just clear that up and then just put it right back there. What's up y'all? Let me just tell y'all where I've been this morning. I don't know if you guys can relate. I'm gonna be out of breath. I did just do a hike up the stairs. I literally just had Waffle House too, and I don't know, I have a spurt of energy. But let me just tell you, my mind has been all over the place. Now I'm already an all over the place type of person. I want to know if it's just me. It's probably the pregnancy, but I was already all over the place. But the hormones and everything, it's like, girl, oh, I'm like, whoa, what do I want to do? I want to do this, I want to do that. Like, girl, there were so many different things going on through my mind, and I'm just like, Paige, pick one thing and do that, okay? Because what ends up happening is I think about all these things I want to do, and it's hard for me to ground on the specific thing. And then because I let my thoughts run wild, I'm just like drained by the end of it, okay? So I don't know if some of you guys have been feeling like that, like, I don't know, it's probably just me, girl, but I don't know, like scattered, not even scattered. There's just so much to do. Not to sound cocky, but you ever just be like, I'm just so ambitious, I'm just so talented, but I don't know what I want to do first. First I wanted to go walk. Then I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go walk at the gym. Then I was like, nah, I'm actually just gonna walk outside. I need the vitamin D. Then I was like, nah, how about I do some yoga? Why don't I just take some laps in here, just all over the freaking place? I said, you know what, Paige? Boom, I'm gonna do a reading. And I was like, okay, I'll do a pick a card. And I was like, no, we're just gonna do a freaking collective. So, yeah, that's like my little, I don't even know why I wanted to share that, but I had to get that out of my system. Out of my system. You know what you do to me. I don't know what the vibes are gonna be. We are gonna be using, did I say that? I can't remember. The African Tarot. And I don't know, I think what I'm gonna do is tap it in. I am going to, let's just vibe for a second, girl. I'm not in a rush. Like, I am in a rush, but I'm not. Like, I'm really not, because I just ate and like the food is catching up. But then I did have me a little, like, small little cup of coffee. You guys ever watch Emperor's New Groove, where Yzma was like, okay, and a quick cup of coffee, and then we'll finish the job and something now, or whatever. Have you ever watched that? I love how she says, all right, and a quick cup of coffee. Like, do you guys know what I'm talking about? Man, go watch Emperor's New Groove. It's the part with her and Kronk just made them spinach puffs, and she was just in a rush. I don't know. I just felt the need. Like, I get real nostalgic over some movies, like certain parts in movies that just stick with me. While I'm doing this, I'll talk about it. For example, has anyone ever watched The Page Master? I just watched that movie again. I hadn't seen it in years. And I watched it the other day. And one of the parts that's very nostalgic. Oh my gosh. Well, one, the book, stick with me, y'all. You know the book, the like purple one? She's played by Whoopi Goldberg. Well, anyway, that part where she was like, I'm fantasy. And then she was like, I'm fantasy. Like, you would have to watch it to know what I'm talking about. Then she started like blinking her eyes, trying to make herself seem all sweet. That's a very nostalgic part. But really what I wanted to tell y'all is the part in The Page Master where the boy, I can't even think of his name right now. I should know his name. But he's literally looking up. Isn't it the same guy that's on from Home Alone? Or am I tripping? I can't remember. But I was about to say Richie Rich, but that part where he's in the library and he looks up and everything kind of just, the paint just starts to fall in these little gloops. The little gloop scene, it was just, I don't know, I love that scene when all the paints fall from the ceiling and it's just falling down and coming together into the dragon, and I don't know. That part is very nostalgic. Spy Kids, when they use that microwave, it's like they have that piece of like a card and it has like one half red, another half yellow, and then they put it in the microwave and then boom, McDonald's is there. I don't know, it's just certain parts of certain movies. I can keep going because I was about to give y'all a Toy Story reference, but I don't know. I don't know. Have some of y'all been feeling nostalgic? I don't know. So let me finish this up. You guys can just kind of vibe. I don't know, play music in the background. Well, I try to see what's good was tea. That's one of the reasons I don't be using this deck that much. It's a beautiful deck, do not get me wrong, but the decks that stick together like this, it's one of those decks that just, I don't know. If you have this deck, you might know what I'm talking about, but it just kind of sticks together. Hold on now. There was something about that Four of Wands right there. I ain't gonna lie, there were some other meanings coming through. I know somebody's gonna get annoyed. I'm not gonna start. There's an R word I wanna say, but I'm not gonna say it because I don't even know what this message is gonna be about or if we're gonna tap into multiple messages. But if it comes back up again, I'm saying that shit. I'm saying that shit. So let us back up. I think I need this. Because just in case none of you guys are scattered and I'm the one that's scattered, I just want to make sure like I clear the energy out. So let's just do a quick energy clearing. Relax if you can. I mean, I definitely want you to be relaxed, but honey, if you driving, this is not the time to try to close your eyes and take some 3 deep breaths, you know, risking everybody's lives. But if you are at like somewhere or in a place where you can just sit back, relax, close your eyes, meditate for a second, and just, you know, vibe, okay? Someone was just blasting some Frank Ocean crazy. I just got that one part. Dun, 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 Cleopatra. Okay, so actually, where you want me to start? See, I'm already grabbing different stuff. I ain't even shuffled that yet. Like, why am I grabbing for that? So let's see. Tapping into just the collective energy. What's up? Like, what's going on? Okay, I just heard pull 2 cards at the top, 4 cards at the bottom. All right, so what's the first 2 cards at the top? Okay, we have the 7 of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles. Heavy earth energy here. Some of you guys have really been grinding really quick though. I just want to get this out. I don't know if this is where the message is going, but as I go, I'm a flow. I feel like there could be someone here that has like literally done the most as far as like how you feel about what you're doing. You're like, I've been doing it. Like, I've been putting the work in. I've been waiting patiently. Some of you guys, I'm thinking about someone specifically that I recently talked to, and something that they said, not that I'm judging, but I'd be scared to say stuff like this because my spiritual team don't play, but they were like, I'm just starting to really lose faith in like my spiritual team and things like that. And I don't know, some of you guys could feel like that, or you could just be getting to this point like, when am I gonna start seeing this actually pay off, okay? Whether it's getting to that certain level, getting that certain promotion, making this certain amount of money, getting picked for some type of position. I'm getting that type of energy for some of you guys. Others of you, I just really feel like something about this eclipse really got your energy focused on, I don't even want to just say the bag, but just anything that's like, I don't even want to just say materialistic. It just feels like your wealth, your career, like tangible items. It really got you focused into this like place of, okay, I'm thinking long term. I'm only doing the things that make sense right now. Some of you guys might have been in a stagnant energy, but it just feels like there's been a shift where the confidence has kind of peaked a bit. We have an energy boost. We're feeling like we have the, what's the word I want to use? We're feeling like we actually even have the energy to be able to partake in different activities, crafts, or like keep the momentum going with projects. It just feels like there's been some type of shift. But let me keep going. So let's see, what are these 4 cards at the bottom for the collective? Ooh, don't start with me. Okay, sorry y'all. We got the Sun. I see some of you guys are, ooh, I kind of like this really quick. I don't know why I thought of this, but I'm looking at this little, that could be a little boy or a little girl. And it almost looks like they might have, is it called vitiligo? I can't think right now. Sorry if I'm not saying the right thing, but the like skin, different colors, patches. I really feel like, what happened here? I don't know. It feels like someone here is really like getting into this energy where they're really accepting themselves, really accepting like who they are authentically, maybe things that they weren't really able to appreciate, things that other people maybe have made fun of or just didn't understand. There's just this real big energy about, I understand that and I feel good about this. Some of you guys are in a really good place right now when it comes to career. A little bit of some workaholic energy. I'm seeing it. And it feels like, hold on, I gotta ask about this 5 of Pentacles. Somebody here could have left one job to go independent. There's a lot happening right here. And then we have the Queen of Cups. I'm floating. Give me a second. At the bottom of the deck, we have the 5 of Wands. Top of the deck, we have the 4 of Swords. All right, so I feel my energy kind of going down. Let me tell y'all, okay, someone that I'm talking to, this is very specific. It's making my head hurt. I just feel a lot of tension. Okay, even though there's really good energy here about someone shining, doing their thing, making their money, promising energy for the future in regards to career, I just get a lot of like, I don't know if it's animosity, competition around you. There could be a lot of people competing for your spot. Somebody here could be even a bit frustrated with their work dynamic. It doesn't feel like it's a you thing. It feels like it's outside of you. It almost feels like some of you, you see how we just switched gears there? Somebody feels like when they go into a certain work environment, they do what they can, but it always feels like they end up around the same type of people. Get that same boss that might be very ego-driven, those same coworkers that are, you know, trying to backdoor you. There's just this energy of like, why does this keep happening? Or like, why do I have to keep going through this? I feel that for some of you guys, okay? For others of you, let me bounce around because I was not expecting this message to be this at all. And I need to find out like why they're sharing this. I probably should have asked first, but I'm just gonna kind of like work with this for a second to get the intuition juices flowing. We have Leo energy here, Taurus energy here, Capricorn energy here. And we also have the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, and the 7 of Pentacles. there's something going on with this Devil card that I'm not feeling. I'm also getting this message of some of you guys, like I said, have left a specific work dynamic for you to be able to be more independent, work towards something that makes more sense emotionally, allows you to tap into your creativity, not have to be in this workaholic energy. You just kind of got tired of that. Or some of you guys are on the brink of being like, you know what, this is too much. Like, I'm carrying too much of the load of everyone else around me. And it's not that I don't see myself capable of doing so, but it's just like, it's not fair. Who is this Devil energy that I'm picking up on? Who is this Devil energy? The Moon and the Ten of Swords. Hold on, girl. Hold on. Interesting. See, now I'm starting to get frustrated because there's so much potential around whoever it is I'm reading for. But I almost feel like it's something about your work environment or something about outer influences that is making this very frustrating. You know what I mean? It's putting you in a situation where you're like, I feel like my hands are tied. I feel like it's a lot of kind of like the energy just is a little off. It just feels like there's something off around me. I just don't know what it is. It's almost like you don't feel comfortable in your environment. Like, I don't know, maybe you don't trust coworkers. And for some of you guys, this doesn't even have to just be about work. This could be in general. It's almost like I'm doing great. I'm finding happiness in certain areas, but there's just this one specific spot where I feel like I'm just frustrated with how it's going. Maybe it's your living situation. And that could be due to maybe, I don't know, maybe you have some roommates that you don't really fool with. Or like I said, this could be a job situation. You're not really feeling the coworkers, the bosses, the environment, or like just how, I don't know, everything works in that dynamic. I mean, it could be a relationship if you want to go there, but honey, I'm not trying to get too spaghetti. My bad, my camera. I mean, it could be love situations here, but I don't want to get too specific. I just feel like when I'm talking to you guys, you just have a certain way that you want things to be done. There's a certain alignment, a certain way things have to be organized at this time in your life, and you're very eager to get to that point. And it feels like something on the outer is an interference. I'm telling you, it feels like on the outside of your environment, like a parental figure, like a controlling parental figure, a controlling roommate. And I'm just naming these. It doesn't have to be this, but I don't know, temperamental coworkers, something that kind of just has you, if I must say, by the balls. It just feels like that. And I feel like something that your soul is really craving is just to be in a spot where it's like, I feel stable. I feel adequate. I feel like I have a good energy supply. I don't feel like I'm being depleted by the things around me. I don't feel like I always have to watch my back. I don't feel like I always got to overthink what's going on around me when it comes to, for a lot of you guys, like your work environment. Because that's the worst. I've been in a situation like that before where you always feel like you kind of got to watch your back because just the people around you at work, everybody's just, I don't know, trying to compete, just too much stuff going on. That might resonate for some of you guys. But I feel like you guys are ready to be in a place where you can just be, while also being recognized, while also being able to have stable emotions, okay? There is someone here that feels like they're always looked to be the powerhouse, the one holding everything together, and it starts to get to a point where you're like, damn, like this is taking a toll on me. And like I said, if any of this applies, I feel like that's what's leading some of you guys. I'm not gonna lie. I was getting this earlier. Some of you guys are being led to possibly walk away from a specific job And I feel like if I'm talking to, or whoever I'm talking to in regards to that, it feels like you have something else already lined up, whether it's something that you're going to be doing independently that you really love to do, whether it's another job position. It could even be walking away from one job so that you can create space to be able to work on a specific project that you've been wanting to kind of tap into without just the chaoticness of whatever this, I don't know, there's something trapping the energy here. And it feels like I keep going back to like a job or a work environment, but it could just be a specific environment, period, okay? And look, the Hangman is here. And we have the Two of Wands. Okay, so I see a decision needing to be made. And for those of you, for others of you, I see, listen, because I see a lot of good energy around you guys. Please do not get confused and think just because there is some frustration in one part of your life, like you're doing something completely wrong, where it's like, oh my gosh, like I just can't get a break. I'm telling you, when I see this Hangman card, I see somebody being put into a situation so that they can start to see what their options are. Sometimes you got to be put into a certain situation of frustration to kind of be put in that energy of like, okay, what are my other options? What are some plans that I need to start looking into to change my situation or to change some things around? What do I need to sacrifice at this time? It's almost like a revision, you know. We're in a, I don't even want to just say a new chapter, but it just feels like you guys are in a certain energy where you know what it is that you want, and there might be some things around you that are conflicting with that, and that's something that needs to be addressed. Okay. Where are my viewers that are going to resonate with this message? Where are they being asked to go? Where are they being led? Ooh, we got storm warning. And we also have the Garden and the Gate. Listen. Pay attention, you guys. This is almost giving me... Okay, now I got to tap in. I don't know if we're switching gears or if we're kind of going in with the same message. But I do feel like there has been some red flags within a specific situation. A certain sector of your life, there has been some red flags. Like I said, if you were to take your life and put it into like some type of pie chart or just, I don't know, some segments, you got to think, okay, work might be going good, but how are your friendships? Or, you know, maybe friendships and your love life is going great, but how is work? There's something here that I feel like has kind of been scratching at you where it's like, listen, we need to do something quick, because I can already tell that this is not going to be a situation that I want to stay in long term. For some of you guys, it is to the point where it's like I can see this blowing up. Like I said, it could be maybe you're at a point where you're starting to realize there's certain trickery happening in your environment, and you could just feel that something's about to pop off. And it's not even to be moving. Like, we don't want to move from a place of fear. It's not like that. This just feels like something that you've intuitively been watching kind of spiral. And you're like, you know what? I don't really want to be here when shit really pops off. There's certain warnings that you guys have been given about a specific, I don't know, about something specific in your life. And I feel like this warning has came to help lead you to where you're supposed to go, because I feel like, hold on really quick, y'all. I feel like what God is trying to tell me is that there's just meant to be a certain level of peace. When you look at this Garden and the Gate, you know, she's vibing, she's chilling. It's very peaceful. Everything is very lush, very opposite from this specific environment. This could be your spiritual team saying like, hey, we don't need you to be in this survival mode all the time. We know that you're used to this. Okay, we know that you thrive sometimes when you're in your survival mode, but that's not what this next phase is for. Like, some of you guys are ready to stay where the red flags are because there's almost like this, I can get past it, I can get through it, instead of like being like, okay, maybe I need to let this go, or maybe I need to walk away from this. Maybe I don't need to put any more energy into this. Instead, I need to be putting energy into like how can I remove myself from this situation? Or how can I like, and I just seen the Six of Swords. It's almost like move away in a graceful way. But give me a second, y'all, because I'm about to ground the message. Boom, 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 boom. And this energy, it doesn't even feel heavy. It just feels like, it doesn't feel, well, when it comes to y'all don't feel super negative to me. But for me, I know I'm the type of person, like, oh my gosh, like, whew, if there's something in my life, like if I feel uncomfortable in a certain situation, me and my friend were just talking about this. So back in the day, we all know I had this, ghastly. It was a terrible situation with a roommate. And once you start messing around with my peace and I don't feel comfortable being in this space, it starts to mess with so many different things, like my creativity, my energy. Obviously, I'm also trying to do readings, and it's like, it really starts to bug me, to a point where it's really extreme, because I have to be, like, if I'm in a living situation or even a work environment, I like to be in a place of peace. Nobody wants to come around just feeling like they always got to kind of be on guard. And some people are okay with that. They're like, okay, I'm gonna fight through that. But nah, like, it really disrupts my energy. So some of you guys could be very sensitive to energy. But let me just see what's going on here. What are you wanting me to tell my viewers regarding the situation, as far as like what do you want me to tell them? What's their advice? What is their advice? The Chariot. Okay, some of you guys are definitely being asked to move. Whether this is move departments, move on, move out. And of course, not everybody could just get up and, oh, I'm just gonna leave this job. But this is really big on doing what you can to self-preserve. But let's start redirecting our mind into thinking of ways we're gonna be able to remove ourselves from this type of energy. How can we really, really honor ourselves, be real with ourselves, and, use that to our advantage to help us make decisions to push past the situation. Like I said, for some of you guys, this is physically like deciding to leave something, to walk away from something that I feel like kind of has you in a bit of a chokehold, or it just makes you feel uncomfortable. And it doesn't make you a bad person. It's just something about the dynamic. Maybe this dynamic was good at a point in time. It did flow, but we have to recognize that right now it's not flowing. And that's just how life is. And now it's time to move. That's how this feels. So let me see. Why is the Nine of Wands here? I feel like there's someone here. You've been fighting for a long time with this. Yeah, you've been fighting for a long time with this. Or there's just been a lot of like, when I look at this, I think of like making excuses. Not to say that you guys were, but it almost gives me like, how many of us have been in this situation, just as an example, where you're already kind of not liking a job, but you're like, okay, like I see that's happening. That's a red flag. That's a tally. I'm going to tally that. I'm going to write that down. I'm going to pin it. But I'm still going to give it a chance. I'm going to try to stick it out. I feel like you've done that for a certain amount of time where I'm getting like, God is like, enough. Like, you've been doing that for so long with this situation. I think we've kind of like, we're past the tally marks that we needed in the first place. Like, we shouldn't be at this many tally marks when it comes to this specific situation. Something here is almost like a giving an energy of like, you've overstayed your welcome to an extent. That's how this feels. And with this Wheel of Fortune, for some of you guys, how you're going to know what I'm talking about is like, you feel out of whack. You just energetically do not feel good in the situation. You feel out of sorts. You feel like, oh my gosh, like, I just don't feel like I can be grounded here. I don't feel like this is helping honor my emotions. There's just this too much I don't know, it's kind of chaotic energy, but it doesn't feel like it's y'all. It feels like it's something on the outside of you. Like I said in that little situation that I was telling you guys about with the roommate situation, it was stuff going on with her and her life, and I'm just like, oh my God, like, yo, this is crazy. And it was like trickling over, and you just don't need to be a part of that. So let me see, what is their advice? What is their advice? The Three of Wands. Come on, y'all. It can't get any more clear than this. I mean, I saw the Two of Wands earlier that talks about like planning, maybe taking a step back and putting ourselves in a point like where we're like, okay, what are my options? What is it that I want? Kind of just that revision, going back to that Hangman. The Three of Wands lets me know it's time to move, okay? Queen of Swords. Make a specific decision. Be clear about what it is that you want. Cut some people out, cut some people off, cut some things out. It's giving that. One more. What's their advice? The Hierophant. And have faith in yourself that you doing this is going to bring you the most peace, because continuing whatever this is obviously is not the answer for someone here, okay? Whoever this is for, like whoever this is resonating for, it's like we gotta call the shots. We got to. And just have faith that it's gonna work out. 1 second here. I also feel like this is also a testament to like how much you guys have grown. Being able to make these decisions, set these boundaries, set these goals for yourself, and being able to see the differences and see the red flags and being like, okay, look, I gotta remove myself. So, you know, take pride in that. That Hierophant is kind of interesting to me. Hold on really quick. One more for this Hierophant. Why is the Hierophant here? The High Priestess, the Ace of Swords, and the Seven of Cups. Yeah, it's time to get clear on what it is that you want. Some of you guys are in a certain situation that might be stifling you. Although you are growing, it's like at the time that you have grown, how can I say this? Whatever you have grown into, it's almost like I'm seeing someone be too tall. Like, you ever see Alice in Wonderland where she, what was it? She ate the bread. She ate something and she just got too big. And it's like, you're too big for this environment right now. At a point in time, yes, Alice, you used to fit up in this space, but right now it's just not working out. There's more for you. Some of you guys want to advance in your career. You have other desires, other things that you want to go for. You want to be the head honcho. You want to have your own. You want to live by a certain set of rules. There's a certain doctrine that you just want to follow, and I feel like you should be able to do that, but you need to make the adjustments. I also feel this is a great time to follow your intuition. Some of y'all are definitely being told like it's time to make an executive decision, for sure. Also, with that Seven of Cups and that Ace of Swords, it's time to get clear. I'm getting a lot of like, let's get clear on what we want. And instead of like pausing it and waiting for whatever ship to sail in to come save us, it's like, how about we save ourselves? It's giving that. It's being very like proactive. Other insight in regards to my collective. I was not expecting this to come out. This was a little heavy. Wow. Why do we have Storm and Fury? Okay, we have Storm and Fury. What else? What's their advice? What's their advice? I'm gonna take that and let the next one fall out the deck. What's their advice? To the table. All right, so I'm gonna move in really quick. I don't know who this message is for, but I hope it brings you clarity, girl. But let me see. Let's go to Storm and Fury. There's a lot of cards in here about storms. So storms can be very, I don't know, some of you guys might see a lot of storms in your dreams, or you might want to look up like what that means. For me, that's just like a shakeup. Could be like a tower moment, but it doesn't feel that fucking dramatic. I'm trying to understand why there's so many storms coming up in your spread, to be honest. But give me a second, y'all. Ooh, my baby's kicking me. All right. I'm gonna read these. We have a power born of rage, destructive and vengeful in nature, which amplifies the potency of cursed magic, a last resort kind of magic. The dying cries of the tortured, discarded, and unvindicated kind of magic. The planet remembers, the water remembers, the bloody soil remembers, ooh, and what grows from it remembers. If justice is not offered willingly, storm and fury will restore it by force. That was a lot. Wait a minute, hold on. I'm gonna keep that in mind because I'm getting like a vibe from that, but I'm gonna come back to that. You know what, real quick. This is a separate message. There could be someone or something in your environment really, 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 really triggering you, okay? And this could even be a parental figure. Like I said, it could be a boss. I don't know. It might be time to let's take a step back before we really explode, okay? I don't know why I was getting that from that. And then we have like this Courage the Cowardly Dog type of scene right here with this house being swept up. I also just feel like don't let anybody try to come in and just steal your peace, take your foundation. It's time to just take back some control. I don't know. I really feel like it's time to move in a different direction. Or like uproot yourself. Especially, let me tell you something. There's a lot coming through real quick. This is like a separate message. If any of you guys resonate with like being the scapegoat, whether it's in the environment that you're in right now, or like that was something that your family made you like the scapegoat, or the one that's always getting targeted, people not wanting to deal with their own issues, but instead lashing out on you. Sometimes you got to remove yourself out of the environment so everybody can really know what the real problem is and what they really need to focus on. Because I do see a little bit of a scapegoat energy here where someone could be doing that to you. Or you could like be getting the backlash of somebody else's situation. And that's not really fair. You know what I mean? We have there and back again. We must venture forward. We must answer the call. We must be bold and brave. We must leave all we've known behind and make our own way. We must slay the dragon. That's crazy. Remember I was talking about the page master? We must slay the dragon, capture the gold, and reach the mountaintop. And then we must go home where our treasure has been all along. That's crazy that this is what this is about. And then we have like a home here. Yeah, some of you guys are being led to take a leap of faith on yourself away from wherever you're at right now. And I won't go too much into that because I probably already did as it is, all right? So let's look at this last one. I also feel like if any of you guys are wanting to move, really good energy around moving. Like kind of like taking a chance, moving somewhere. I'm getting a lot of, I want to move this place. This is where I dream to live, or this is where I've been wanting to live to pursue this. There's a lot of good energy around that. We also have bring your own seat to the table. An invitation, an imperative, and possibly a challenge to show up authentically with your imperfect offering. To mimic another is delusion. To covet another's seat is destructive fantasy. The work is wanting what you have and seeing the value. Let me read that again, girl. The work is wanting what you have and seeing the value in your unique contribution. Bring your own seat to the table and know that that is enough. Yeah, I feel like if you guys are codependent on a specific situation, person, or whatever this thing is that I'm picking up on that you guys have put a lot of energy into, that it might be time to walk away from. Some of you guys have just learned to identify with that, and it might be time to break free and understand that like you are enough in order to move forward. You don't have to bring this with you. You don't have to identify with this. You don't have to continue with this. Like you are going to do great things on your lonely, okay? Period, point blank. So let me see if there's something else I want to go into. Just a last little shebang bang. Now, anything can come out of this deck. I just want to pull it just for fun and see if there's certain messages that you might need to hear, whether related or unrelated, okay? So let's see. This deck can be a little blunt, so, you know, prep yourself. So let's see. Messages for the collective. Messages. People are messy. Love them anyway. There definitely could be like some people where it's like, I gotta accept you for what you are and just, you know, maybe show compassion, but I don't have to be around. We also have irritated, eat, cuddle, sleep, repeat. So taking time for self, making sure that you check in with yourself so that you could feel better. Let's see what else. Messages for the collective. We have unplug, turn it all off, it turns them on. All right, some of you guys, I mean, these could mean whatever they want to you. Like some of you guys might take a little social media break or just a break period. But I also feel like if you've been giving someone or something too much of your energy because they've been pissing you off, or, you know, it's almost like giving them a reaction. I just thought of Krishan and Blueface. I hate when I do that. It's like, let's just cut the plug. Let's turn that off. Let's not even give them the time of day. Silence is gonna do more damage than you actually wasting your good, precious energy on whatever this is, okay? Just kind of remove yourself from this. And then we have open your mouth, talk, use big words like validate, acknowledge, and empathize. Again, validate, acknowledge, and empathize. So ask yourself, where do you need to do that at? Okay, while also making the right decisions for yourself. So yes, you guys, that was your spread. Please let me know how it resonates, and I will see you guys down below in the comments.